اللهم صل على الحبيب محمد يا رب صل عليه وسلم.
Your life is a series of qabd and bast, if you can put it that way, of constriction and expansion. And both are beautiful indeed, if we look at the essential realities. Why is that? As a seeker, as a murid of Allah Azza wa Jal, murid is one who desires Allah, who wants to connect with Allah Azza wa Jal. يريد الله, يريد وجه الله, يريد لقاء الله, يريد الوصول إلى الله. That murid, in that quest, his ultimate desire is to know the divine, to connect with the divine, to be fully and completely gathered upon the divine. And so, constriction is part of the fulfillment of that desire. Expansion is part of the fulfillment of that desire. Why is that? Because the divine is both in how he expresses himself to us through his attributes manifested. He's both what? Al-Qabid and Al-Basit. Isn't he? But Al-Qabid and Al-Basit are expressed still by two other main attributes. Jamalun wa Jalal. Beauty and majesty. Beauty is expressed through his attributes of the likes of Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Kareem, Al-Ghafoor, Al-Saboor, Al-Shakoor, Al-Mu'ti, Al-Mughni, Al-Ra'uf, and so on. Al-Basit, Al-Kafi, Al-Shafi, Al-Afi. These are attributes of Jamal. Jamal, and we recognize that when our inner consciousness, especially our qulub, receive them with acceptance and delight and ease. And they produce a sort of an expansion, we say, inside of us. That's when we are experiencing his Jamal. And when we experience his Jalal, attributes of Jalal expressed in our lives are like Al-Qahar, Al-Adl, Al-Muntaqim, Al-Aziz, Al-Jabbar, and so on. Al-Malik, Al-Muqtadir, Al-Qadir, Al-Jalil, one of its names, subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Jalil, Al-Fa'alu lima yurid. These and many more are expressions of Jalal. Al-Mumit, though it does not come as a noun of his attributes, he's Al-Mubtali. He's the one who subjects to trials. He's the one who tries. And these are expressed in our lives too. The essential reality of those experiences of ours, the essential reality is the expression and the manifestation of such jalali, majestic attributes. Now, as a murid, do you want to know him? That's what the murid is. Do you want to fully connect with him and know him? That's a murid. Otherwise, you're not interested. As Sidi Abdul Qadir al-Jilani would say, you're not interested in being a wali. That's why you complain of this and of this and of that. Because part of wilaya, seeking the divine, is to understand that these that we are exposed to, constrictions and challenges and trials, are in essential reality expressions of who he is, of his attributes, of majesty, for you to know him, because you want to know him. And if I know him only by beauty, do I really know him? If I know him by majesty, do I really know him? If I know him by both, do I know him more? Yes. And that's why, especially those whom he has hubb love for most, they are the ones who are subjected, yarhamkallah, to jalal, and not only jamal. If we are aware of this essential reality in those words that you were putting, but this is the asl of it, if we are aware of this essential reality, we must learn to undergo the qahariya, the alam of the qahariya. I would say, I have to say, the al-qahar, the attributes of his qahr, and therefore al-qahariya, the irresistible attribute expressed. We will have to experience the pain of the manifestation of his irresistibility as an attribute. And we take that and we practice patience. And we remind ourselves of what this means until it comes. It ends through an ajal that he has prescribed. Because there will be, after constriction, expansion. Allah gives after he tries. But in your expansion, don't forget him. And be strengthened for the next episode of the constriction. And in that constriction, because you were aware in your expansion, you develop the next time experientially more strength for the next episode of constriction. وهكذا وتلك الأيام نداولها بين الناس. ألف لام ميم حسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون ولقد فتنا الذين من قبلهم فلا يعلمن الله الذين صدقوا ولا يعلمن الكاذبين. A kadhib, a liar, is the one who says, I desire Allah, I love Allah. But when Allah expresses himself to her or to him or to them in majestic attributes, no, there is no God. God cannot be that. Because my nafs, that's what it wants. That's a kadhib. A sadiq, the truthful one, is when exposed to whether expansion or constriction, continues to seek and knows ultimately that this is the divine subtle way to express himself to us. And that process is itself selective. The truthful and the liar in the claim of desire for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is not, and it's not easy, but Allah will make it easier and easy for whom He pleases as we strenuously, genuinely, sincerely struggle.